Who were the most important people of 2025? Not just the most famous, not just the most followed, but the people who changed politics, technology, religion, culture, and the way the world thinks about the future. Welcome to Top 5 Today videos. Today, we count down the top 5 people of 2025 and why they mattered. Stay until the end, because number 1 did not just influence one industry. He became one of the central figures in the race to shape the future of humanity. Before we start, subscribe to Top 5 Today videos for smart, fast, and powerful countdowns about the world, people, psychology, technology, and modern life. Let's begin. Number 5, Pope Leo Roman XIV. In 2025, the world watched history unfold at the Vatican. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost was elected Pope Leo Roman XIV, becoming the first American-born pope in history. That alone made him one of the most important figures of the year, but his significance goes beyond nationality. Pope Leo Roman XIV became the spiritual leader of more than 1.4 billion Catholics at a time when the world was deeply divided. War, political polarization, climate anxiety, economic pressure, and cultural conflict shaped the global mood. In that context, the new pope became more than a religious figure. He became a moral voice watched by believers and non-believers alike. His challenge was enormous: continue the reformist energy of Pope Francis, maintain unity inside the Catholic Church, speak to younger generations, and respond to global crises without turning the papacy into partisan politics. That is why Pope Leo Roman XIV belongs on this list, because in 2025, his election was not just a church event, it was a global moment. Number 4, Taylor Swift. By 2025, Taylor Swift was no longer just one of the biggest pop stars in the world. She had become a cultural institution. Her influence stretched far beyond music. She shaped fan culture, concert economics, streaming behavior, fashion, online communities, and even political conversation. The power of Taylor Swift is not only in her songs, it is in the emotional connection she creates with millions of people. Her fans do not simply listen, they decode lyrics, they build communities, they follow stories across albums, they turn music into identity. And that is why she remained one of the most influential public figures of 2025. In a world where attention is fragmented, Taylor Swift proved that one artist can still create a global shared experience. Her impact shows how modern celebrity has changed. The biggest stars are no longer just performers. They are brands, communities, economies, and cultural movements. Before we continue, subscribe to Top 5 Today videos if you want more countdowns that explain not only who is famous, but why they actually matter. Number 3, Donald Trump. Whether people supported him or opposed him, Donald Trump was one of the defining figures of 2025. His return to the White House reshaped American politics and sent shockwaves across the world. From trade and immigration to foreign policy, technology, energy, and global alliances, Trump's second administration forced governments, markets, and institutions to react. Few political figures create such intense loyalty and such intense opposition at the same time. And that is exactly why his influence was so powerful. Trump did not only make political decisions, he changed the atmosphere of politics. He made every speech, every order, every negotiation, and every conflict part of a larger global debate. For supporters, he represented strength, disruption, and national interest. For critics, he represented instability, polarization, and democratic risk. But influence is not the same as approval. And in 2025, very few people influenced the global conversation more than Donald Trump. Number 2, Sam Altman. If 2025 was the year artificial intelligence became impossible to ignore, Sam Altman was one of the people at the center of that transformation. As the face of OpenAI, Altman represented both the promise and the fear of the AI revolution. Artificial intelligence was no longer just a tool for engineers. It entered offices, schools, hospitals, creative industries, customer service, coding, research, and everyday life. People began asking serious questions. Will AI replace jobs? Will it improve healthcare? Will it transform education? Who controls the models? Who benefits from the technology? And who is responsible when something goes wrong? Sam Altman became one of the public faces of those questions. He was not only building technology, he was part of a global debate about power, safety, regulation, competition, and the future of work. That is why he belongs near the top of this list. Because in 2025, AI was not just a tech story, it became a human story, and Sam Altman was one of the names most closely connected to it. Number 1, Jensen Huang. The number 1 person of 2025 is Jensen Huang. Why? Because if artificial intelligence was the biggest technological force of the year, NVIDIA was the company powering much of that force, and Jensen Huang was the leader at the center of it. AI needs chips. It needs computing power. It needs data centers. It needs infrastructure. It needs hardware capable of training and running massive models, and NVIDIA became one of the most important companies on earth because of that demand. Jensen Huang was not just a CDO in 2025. He became a symbol of the AI age. Governments watched NVIDIA. Investors watched NVIDIA. Tech companies depended on NVIDIA. Countries saw AI chips as strategic assets. Suddenly, semiconductors were not just business products, they were geopolitical power. That is what makes Huang so important. He stood at the intersection of technology, money, national security, productivity, and global competition. AI companies could have the smartest models in the world, but without enough computing power, the revolution slows down. That made NVIDIA's role critical, and it made Jensen Huang one of the most influential people of 2025. His impact was not only about business success, it was about shaping the infrastructure of the future. So let's recap. Number 5, Pope Leo Roman XIV, the first American pope and a new global moral voice. Number 4, Taylor Swift, a cultural force who turned music into a worldwide community. Number 3, Donald Trump, the political figure who reshaped global debate in 2025. Number 2, Sam Altman, one of the central faces of the AI revolution. And number 1, Jensen Huang, the man whose company helped power the artificial intelligence era. The lesson from 2025 is clear. Power no longer comes from only one place. It comes from politics. It comes from technology. It comes from culture. It comes from religion. It comes from attention. And sometimes, it comes from the invisible infrastructure behind the tools we use every day. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Top 5 Today videos. Like this video, share it, and tell us in the comments, who do you think was the most important person of 2025? Was it a political leader, a tech visionary, a cultural icon, or someone completely different? Thank you for watching Top 5 Today videos. See you in the next